brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Orrett Conner.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I'm your guest host, Orrett Conner, and the month of March, honoring Women's Month worldwide, celebrated here in the Cayman Islands. Lots to talk about. We could talk about women in politics, and we could look and see how many women were nominated yesterday as candidates in the upcoming general elections. Or we could talk about the women in agriculture. Agriculture show taking place tomorrow, the 5th of March. You guess which one we will be talking about. When we return from this intro, you will hear more about honoring Women's Month here in the Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. We're talking about honoring Women's Month. Every year, the month of March is set aside in the Cayman Islands to honor and celebrate the achievements of women while addressing gender-specific issues. Honoring Women's Month is a time for celebration, reflection, and a call to action. So it is my pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Miss Sabrina Mathura, who is a parenting practitioner at the Family Resource Center here in the Cayman Islands. She is also a former educator as well, but why should I be telling you about her? I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Ms. Mathura, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. O.C. I'm very happy to be here, albeit a little bit nervous. I'm hoping
You'll be okay. You're going to be okay.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be here to talk about the Family Resource Center, our programs that we offer, and of course, highlighting the many different events that we're having this month in honor of women, celebrating women here in Cayman and of course, across the world as well.
Okay, and I mentioned that you're a former educator as well. So let's talk a little bit before we talk about the particular subject. How does being an educator fit into the role that you now occupy as a parenting practitioner?
Thank you. It actually is a very smooth transition from being an educator moving into delivering our programs, because all of them are education based. They're all clinically proven, and so the curriculum is provided. It's smooth sailing. We have what we need to be able to provide those programs to children. So I'm able to use the skills that I learned in the education field and transfer them over into the Family Resource Center programs. And many of our programs are offered to children, and we're also in the schools, many schools here in Cayman and in the BRAC as well. So I'm able to use that to still have that connection to our youth, and still, because otherwise I'd miss them. I'd miss being in the classroom with children, but I'm still able to do that now.
Okay. I'm sure it is no accident that you chose the area that we're going to be talking about, with tomorrow being Ash Wednesday and the Agriculture Show. So I'll ask you to give our listening and viewing audience a preview of what the show is going to entail this afternoon.
Thank you. I'm going to share, if you don't mind indulging me a little bit, I'm going to share, a little bit about the Family Resource Center and the programs that we offer to the community.
Sure.
And then I want to highlight some of the events that we have this month for honoring Women's Month. And then I'm going to give it over to our guest speakers, which we're delighted to hear from, because they are true leaders in agriculture, and they're women that can inspire our younger generation of women, young women here in Cayman. So it'll be some questions about what inspired them, what obstacles that they encountered, and how, what tools they use to pave the way for our younger generation. So I'm very excited to speak to them and learn more.
Okay, so tell us about the Family Resource Center and some of the things that you do there.
Sure. You mentioned that I used to be an educator, and actually I feel like I always will be an educator. I used to hear about the Family Resource Center, and I loved their programs, but I didn't know as much about who could benefit from them. And so I really wanted to use this opportunity to highlight that our program is government funded. So the Family Resource offers programs to anyone that lives in the Cayman Islands, regardless of income or immigration status. And I really want that to resonate with the community, because when we're out in the public and we're doing our outreach work, that's one of the biggest questions that I hear, is that who qualifies? If you live here, you qualify. So you're able to, enjoy and benefit from the programs that we have designed specifically for the Cayman community to help meet their needs. Now, originally, before the Family Resource Center became what it is, it was actually, there was the Women's Resource Center, the National Parenting Program, and the Young Parents Program. And they've all been combined to create this new Family Resource Center to be able to provide to the needs of our community. Okay. We offer many different programs, and one of them that I wanted to highlight, because it was kind of our founding program, the Young Parenting Program, is the Young Parents Program that we offer to young parents. We provide education for them. Let me get my information about some of what we offer. They receive courses in parenting, of course, which I think any parent benefits from that, but particularly our younger parents, when confidence is low and you're feeling the pressure, you're getting what you need, those skills that you need. We provide them coaching on technology, employability skills. They serve as interns. They get, an opportunity to work in the community. They even have different self-confidence building activities, but it's an entire long program for them. So it's not just a 3-week program. It's a long program that they attend, and it's very, very intense to be able to provide what those young girls need. And they create, so much for us to learn from, because they have their finger on the pulse of the community. So they bring that to us so that we know what those needs are. And then we're able to hopefully give them the tools that they need to be great mothers, great contributing members of the community, and strong women. So we're very proud of that program. And again, that is completely funded by the government and through initiatives like the Honoring Women's Month fundraisers that we hold. We provide them diapers, wipes, formula, lots of different things, to even daycare, lots of different things to help them be successful in our program. And I'd really like more of the community to know that we have this it's, again, 100% free. We also have our SNAP program, which I mentioned earlier. That's a little bit of my baby. We have lots of practitioners that are using the SNAP program in various different schools, but I love it because it allows me to be back in the classroom with children. But it's to help provide those behavioral regulation skills to children that we know. We hear a lot about that on the radio, and we're hearing a lot about different issues that teachers face and parents face. So we do offer that, and that's completely free.
Okay. So we're going to go to a commercial break now, and then when we return, we do have our guest callers as well.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm sure that you have other information about the Family Resource Center, and that will be shared as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board our uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wartler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to For the Record. We are talking about honoring Women's Month in the Cayman Islands. We have from the Family Resource Center, Ms. Sabrina Mathura, who is a parenting practitioner and a former educator at the Family Resource Center. We have Dr. Tiffany Chisholm, who's a veterinarian, and we also have Dr. Ashley Welcome on the phone lines with us. Ladies, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, great to have you. Before Ms. Mathura starts to interview and ask you some questions, I'd like both of you to introduce yourselves to our audience.
Okay. I'm Dr. Tiffany Chisholm. I'm the senior veterinary officer with the Department of Agriculture. I've worked here for over 10 years. I'm also a mother of 4, a wife, and a farmer in the Cayman Islands.
Oh, wow. Wow. Quite an accomplishment.
I am Dr. Ashley Welcome. I am a veterinary officer with the Department of Agriculture, and I also have oversight of the Animal Welfare and Control Unit. I raise 2 cows in the Cayman Islands, and I have a lifelong passion for agriculture, which I started interning with the department some 12 years ago.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I'm going to turn the mic over to Ms. Mathura now, and she will direct some questions to you, both of you.
Thank you, ladies, for being here. It's an honor to speak to you, especially now that you have, not now that you have partnered, but because you have partnered with us in helping to inspire young girls to pursue any field that they wish, whether it tends to be male-dominated or not. You are helping to pave that way for them. So thank you for being here and sharing your experiences in agriculture. My first question is, so this month is Honoring Women's Month. What does it mean to you to be a woman in agriculture during this time?
So currently, as you said previously, agriculture continues to be a male-dominated field. However, we've seen an increase in the number of female farmers, female agronomists, females just in the sector generally. And so I'm really pleased to be a woman in agriculture at the current time because it lends a new perspective to what has historically been male-dominated, allows for innovation, and allows for us to be more relatable as professionals in the sector to individuals who are trying to enter the sector, as well as to inspire youth who want to enter the field but may not have previously seen someone who is similar to them in that role. So young women can now look around the Cayman Islands and see multiple women in this sector and aspire to reach the same positions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chisholm. Your enthusiasm and passion is literally oozing from your voice. Thank you so much. Doctor, welcome. Pardon me?
Just letting you know that's Dr. Welcome.
Oh, Dr. Welcome. Dr. Chisholm, would you like to share any of your points as to what it means to be a woman in agriculture at this time?
Sure. I think this is a very important time to stress on food security and to stress on the importance of inclusion and including agriculture as a focus in the community and in our households. It's important to address the staples in agriculture and that agriculture impacts everybody. Without food and without the resources that are within our remit, we would have no food. We would have nothing to supply our households. So it's important that we consider the focus of this year's show, food security, and how in the Cayman Islands and within our culture, it's something to be considered and maintained.
That's true. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that because it is definitely on a lot of people's minds and something, as a former teacher, I can say that, we are looking at sustainability and how we're, making sure that students are understanding the importance of being able to grow your own foods and sustain yourselves. And I love that you're sharing your love and passion and knowledge of agriculture with our community and especially our young women during Honoring Women's Month, because that does lead to further independence. And that is exactly what we're trying to do, is create a strong or facilitate women being able to be strong, independent, and self-sustainable. So thank you. I'll move on to my next question. Do you feel there has been progress in recognizing and supporting women in agriculture?
I think there has been quite significant progress. I think both me and Dr. Welcome, as interns, we came up under men in the field. It was a male-dominated field earlier on. However, recently, starting in the late 90s to 2000s, we've seen a trend where women, especially in the field of veterinary medicine, it's been a wave taking over that field. I think it's inspired many. We have our internship program launched for the show tomorrow, which
you will see with a lot of the photos and information that we have is that we take on quite a lot of interns throughout the year, and a large percentage of them are young women. And we try to accommodate them. We try to provide structure that they feel safe, that they have an avenue to address concerns, and provide means that weren't necessarily provided to me and Dr. Welcome back when we started, because we are firm believers in not necessarily putting people through the same things we went through, but providing improvement measures so that we're constantly making things better for those that are coming up.
Thank you so much. And speaking of the agriculture show coming up, we know that there's going to be lots of our listeners attending, and lots of our students are, they're home right now during half-term break. What encouragement would you give to those listeners that are on, hearing right now, or they're going to be at the agriculture show? What advice or encouragement would you give them to pursue careers in agriculture?
So I think coming to the agriculture show is a great starting point. It allows you to interact with individuals who are all concentrated in one place for one day. It is the largest single-day event in the Cayman Islands, so it's a perfect time to come out, meet your local farmers, meet your local agri-sector contributors. You can meet DOA staff. You basically have everyone involved in the agri-sector in one centralized location. So if you're curious about what careers there are on offer, that's the perfect place to liaise with people to find out what the realities are. Of course, there's the animals. We have a variety of animals coming in, from goats to cattle to pigs. So there's a wide variety of animals that you can come through. You can see the animals up close and see if that's something you're interested in. There's a variety of plants on show. So I think it's the perfect place to come and to suss out what exactly your interest is. Agriculture is a broad field. There are hundreds of opportunities that are all very different across the agri-sector, from laboratory work to field work with animals to field work with plants. There's just a variety of jobs. So it's the perfect place to come and get a little hands-on feel and to make connections that could help you in the future.
Okay. Ladies, I'm going to beg your indulgence. We have to go to a commercial break. We are going to ask you to stay on the line. Doing great so far, passing on lots of information as well. One question that I had in the meantime that you could provide information on to our listening and viewing audience would be the internship programs. Where does it start? I have a family member who has an interest in being a vet, really cares about animals, has an interest in animals, but she hasn't graduated high school yet. She's only going on 15. So whether or not you have programs in that area, if you could tell us about that when we return from the commercial break as well, in addition to the other questions that Ms. Mathura has for you. So folks, please stay tuned for Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Your mornings just got a whole lot buzzier. Join me, Kathy Miller, every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. on The Buzz, Radio Cayman's morning talk show with insight, impact, and inspiration, covering business, policy, finance, health, culture, and the biggest local and global issues impacting our Cayman community, with fresh perspectives from younger generations to stories of inspiration from local entrepreneurs. Tune in and turn up Tuesday and Thursday mornings, 7:30 to 9:30 with me, Kathy Miller, on The Buzz. The Buzz.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about honoring Women's Month here in the Cayman Islands. The international theme is Accelerate Action, focusing on gender equality. Here in the studio, we have the parenting practitioner from the Family Resource Center, Miss Sabrina Mathura. On the phone line with us, we have two distinguished doctors, two distinguished vets in the Cayman Islands, Dr. Tiffany Chisholm and Dr. Ashley. Welcome. And Ms. Mathura is interviewing them via the telephone, so I'm going to throw the mic back over to her.
Okay. Did you want to follow up on OC's question regarding intern and what opportunities there are for youth to be able to intern, and what's the criteria? How do they go about it?
Right. So we encourage anyone that might be interested to come by our booth tomorrow. We're going to have all kinds of information there. HR will be there. We'll be there to answer any questions, and all the paperwork and forms are there.
Okay.
Outside of that, general criteria is you have to complete an application form. It has the basic information on there. You would provide a CV. Can just be a basic CV. But it encourages them and applicants to be prepared for real-world expectations. So we want them to start getting things together to move on to the next step of job hunting. So we want them to get a CV prepared. They're going to need to fill out an application. They may just have to attend like a mini interview just to touch base on what they might be comfortable with. And I appreciate that the young lady you proposed is 15. However, for safety reasons, we have it limited at the moment to 18 in the veterinary unit. But for young people, we do encourage them to consider working or volunteering locally with other animal groups, like the nonprofit organizations, or at like some of the animal centers, the humane societies, and getting some experience there. And then once they're of age, they could work with us after that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that information.
Yeah, that's great information. Parents that are listening, they can take their children over to your booth tomorrow and get further information on what they can do to get involved, which is amazing. Okay, so back to some of the other questions that we had. Were there any obstacles that you faced as a woman in agriculture?
So for myself, returning back to Cayman after completing university, there were some obstacles that I faced. The primary issue is that a lot of the local farming community, having grown up in Cayman, I know a lot of the farmers personally, and I think there was a big transition phase between them knowing me as a child and getting to know me in a professional capacity. I think that is further exacerbated by the fact that I am a woman, and sometimes it can be difficult for people to switch from consistently over decades having male representation in a field to now seeing women coming into the field and providing expert advice. However, by building trust and working together with the farmers, I now have a really good rapport, and I find that those obstacles were not insurmountable, but rather they're something that you can address with a little bit of patience and a little bit of fortitude.
I love that. That's very inspiring.
Yeah. Dr. Chisholm, you want to add anything?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Did you face any obstacles as a woman in agriculture?
I think for me, it was probably addressing how to accommodate safety more appropriately. I think at least I did, I came from a time and from being mentored by individuals who kind of did not prioritize safety. And as a woman and as a mother, it became more important to me as time went on that I ensure that not only was I safe, but my staff was safe. And, as a young lady, I was used to doing pregnancy exams with cows tied to a mango tree. I was used to chasing bulls with my mentor out in the field with no farm help. And, it got to the point where as a woman and as a mother, like I said, you kind of have to focus on what is most important. And at the end of the day, our staff and our lives are most important. So I think that was one of the bigger ones, just getting a grasp as to what we need to transition away from, that we need to prioritize staff safety, that we need to ensure farmers have chutes ready for cattle. Some of these animals are 1,500, 2,000 pounds. So making sure that all of the parameters are in place to ensure people aren't getting hurt anymore, and ensuring that the statistic for large animal vets is that you on average get injured 1 to 2 times every year. And as of right now, we have not gotten an injury, significant injury in the past 2 years. I think these parameters have significantly improved our working conditions and will continue to improve so that we don't, we make sure that our people are safe.
Thank you so much. I think you touched on my next question quite a bit. It was, how important is it to have female representation within the agricultural industry? Because you are serving as incredible role models for our younger generation. How important is that?
I think it's very valuable. We were discussing this before we started, and we were discussing how, especially with pregnant ladies, like I've had 3 of my own, 2 of which while I was a veterinarian, and whilst my male bosses were very accommodating and accepted a lot of the conditions that were applied and proposed while I was in this post, I think having other women in similar roles really assisted with the understanding and what could be expected for me. My predecessor, Dr. Samantha Dorman, played a very important role, especially in providing, ideas and how to accommodate it, and different positions that I could take on while transitioning from the outside role. I worked in the field until I was 8 months pregnant last time alongside Dr. Welcome, and then for the last month, just having that opportunity to still work but also do less formidable and physically demanding tasks was very beneficial and very appreciative to both the Department of Agriculture and the Cayman Islands government for allowing that.
To add to that, I think, as Dr. Chisholm said before, women offer a unique perspective. So, for example, the safety focus shift that has occurred since having female leadership in the department, that is something that I feel has been a focus because of female positions or female taking up important positions within the role, and especially for inspiring young women. When I came into the role, this was really a male-dominated department and a male-dominated sector. When I first started interning here, all of my mentors were male. So I think it's nice now to have the opportunity to offer female representation in this role to people who are interested in aspiring to the position that I have managed to attain.
That's incredible. It must feel wonderful to be such powerful role models for our youth, because they're going to have the benefit of having you there to help guide them through their dream of being in a role with the Department of Agriculture or in agriculture in general.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you, this is more about, farming or agriculture. What are some of the trends that you're seeing? I wanted to share really quickly that last week I was at the BRAC. It was, I believe the school is called Creek School, so it's split. There's the primary, the nursery through year 2 and in Creek, and then Spots Bay has the older children. And in this year 2 class, they had this massive device or machinery in the back of the room. It was huge. So I went back to ask the children what it was, what it does, and it was a full hydroponic planting unit. It was incredible, and they're growing their own lettuce, and I thought that was fascinating. I wish every class could have something like that in there. But what are some of the trends that you can share with us?
Yeah, I wish Ms. McKenzie was here and she could speak more about the hydroponic system. But the agronomy unit and the ministry has done a great job this past year in getting those pieces of equipment out to the schools. I know a number of schools actually have them across the island, encouraging agronomy and the hydroponic systems. We're seeing similar movements in the other sectors, so the livestock sector, more interest in innovation, genetic improvements, artificial insemination, embryo transfer. We're hoping to get the livestock genetic improvement program with the artificial insemination service back up and running and very soon again. And then our focus will hopefully be on the consideration of embryo transfer within the next 12 to 18 months. So we're seeing a lot of interest from younger farmers in those fields and newer technology and digitalizing record keeping, the use of software to keep records of their farms. And this is actually across all the age groups and not necessarily limited to the younger farmers. Dr. Welcome might have some other.
I think recently amongst the farmers and consumers, I've seen a trend towards organic, naturally produced, locally produced foods. That has been something that has been really important to both groups, as well as a focus on animal welfare, improving the well-being of the animals as we go about farming so that it's something that is beneficial across the board. That is something that has been really widespread. I think everyone's really interested in sector growth. Agriculture is cultural to Cayman. It is historic. Raising cattle is an integral part of the culture, especially in the Eastern District. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see now this trend towards innovation. I'm really pleased to see it because some of the stuff that we do still has cultural roots. So I think there's a balance to be found between maintaining our culture and moving forward with innovation so that we can get the best results.
Thank you so much. I can't believe that we're almost out of time. I don't know how that happened. But just in closing, could I ask you to maybe share one thing with our listeners that you'd like them to know about the importance of agriculture, especially in consideration of the aspirations for future women in agriculture?
I think the number one thing for everyone to remember is that agriculture is the basis for food security. And food security means that we all have access to healthy, nutritious, good quality food as and when we need it. So through growing our food locally and raising our food locally, we will have access to that. Especially given that we are prone to natural disasters, that's something that we really need to have strong food security and not to be completely reliant on external factors. Women play an integral role in the agri-sector, and women have an innovative and unique way of thinking that can lead to new development, new ways of doing things, and changes in the sector for the better. So I really encourage people to look into the career fields that are available within agriculture. There are many, some of which you may not have heard of. If you just do a quick search, there's something for everyone in agriculture, and just see if this is something you'd be interested in beyond the scope of the normal jobs that you know of.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and supporting Honoring Women's Month. And of course, for tomorrow's agricultural show, thank you for paving the way then, tomorrow at the agricultural show and in the future, always making sure that our women, our young girls are inspired and supported on their journey towards their careers in agriculture. I truly appreciate that. I also wanted to mention that we have our females farmer market, and that will be on the 28th of March. So if you'd like to meet some of our female farmers, that's a good place to meet them.
Great. Ladies, I want to thank you all very much as well. It was a great interview also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we probably have headline news, and then when we come back, we're going to give Miss Mathura an opportunity for some closing comments and information as well. So, folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Covering Little Cayman, Cayman Bride. Cover me. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With a look at your latest headlines, I'm Jevi Ebanks. The Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transport and Development is pleased to announce the opening of the East-West Bypass from Hurst Road to Agricola Drive starting tomorrow. It coincides with the 2025 Cayman Islands Agriculture Show and provides an alternative route to Shamrock Road during the event. While the bypass aims to improve traffic flow, it remains an active construction zone with a temporary road surface. Drivers are urged to exercise caution. The ministry thanks the public for their cooperation and encourages everyone to spread the word and to plan a safe journey. In regional news, St. Lucia police have recovered an M16 rifle stolen from the Gros Islet Police Station Armory last month. The firearm, capable of firing semi-automatic and fully automatic rounds, was retrieved during an intensive investigation by a specialized unit. The rifle was reported missing back on the 15th of February. Sergeant Ricardo Jerson Charlemagne, charged with theft, was denied bail last week. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force emphasized the importance of the recovery for accountability and public trust. They reiterated their commitment to integrity and professionalism and urged the public to provide any additional information as the investigation continues. The M16 rifle is a lightweight gas-operated, magazine-fed assault rifle that fires 5.56mm cartridges. A Jamaican man, Reese Anglin, 32, from Montego Bay, remains in police custody in Florida after allegedly engaging law enforcement personnel in a shootout last month. Anglin was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer and is being held at the Broward Main Jail with an immigration hold. The incident occurred on the 12th of February at the Calypso K Apartments during an operation by the Broward Sheriff's Office. Anglin and another suspect, Tafari Elliott, 28, allegedly opened fire on 2 officers who returned fire, injuring Elliott. Elliott was later captured and is also facing 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. That is your latest headlines. I'm Jevi Ebanks.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
In 1895, the ship the Prince Frederick wrecked on the south coast of Cayman Brac, carrying the young sailor Samuel Sidney Saunders. Saunders would later choose to remain in the Sister Islands, eventually marrying into a Caymanian family. Although not highly educated himself, Saunders was instrumental to the education system of the Sister Islands, having taught in both Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. He would start a private school in Little Cayman, was district constable of the Sister Islands, and opened a school in State Bay following the 1932 storm. In the 1930s, the school was attended by Captain Charles Kirkernel. Ironically, Captain Kirkernel's father attended Saunders School in Little Cayman a generation earlier.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to For the Record. We're going to be wrapping up with to talk today. Sorry, sooner or later I'll get over that. I guess, Paul, after a few weeks or a few months, I'll correct it. My apologies for that. But we do have Miss Sabrina Mathura, who's a parenting practitioner at the Family Resource Center here in Grand Cayman. She's also a former educator. We're talking about honoring Women's Month. The whole month of March is honoring Women's Month. Earlier, you would have heard, if you were with us earlier, Dr. Tiffany Chisholm and Dr. Ashley. Welcome to veterinarians working with the government of the Cayman Islands, two generational Caymanians working as vets in the Cayman Islands. And also to mention to you that the theme for honoring Women's Month 2025 is Accelerate Action, focusing on gender equality. Ms. Mathura, over to you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to just highlight a little bit about honoring Women Month in Cayman specifically. We are going strong. This is our 26th year of celebrating honoring Women Month in Cayman. And we have created many different activities and events throughout the month of March and lots of partnerships. So we're not in isolation. We're, partnering with local companies, sponsors, and other organizations. And our aim, like you mentioned, is gender equality. We want our younger generation to experience that wouldn't that be incredible? So one of our big events is happening this Saturday, March 8th, and that's International Women's Day. So that's where people all over the world will be celebrating in their own way. And we are hosting a celebration under the stars at the Kimpton Seafire Resort. So this event and all of our events this month are designed to celebrate women's achievements, to raise awareness about discrimination and promote action towards gender equality. And I just wanted to mention that it's not just about women in Cayman, and that's where I think that, because it's called Women Month, we forget that actually we can't do this alone. It has to be everyone. We need everyone to accelerate action towards breaking down those barriers that we're facing, because, that's the only way it's going to happen for our future generations, is to get everyone on board. We have if you go onto our website at www.frc subway.gov.ky. You can see our calendar of events. We have many, but one of the ones that I wanted to highlight that we were just chatting about is Women and Their Wheels. So that's happening on the 15th of March, and it's sponsored by Superior Auto. And it's a car care workshop where women can learn how to do these things independently. Change your oil, change a tire. You know, if you get stuck on the road, you can handle it. We also have our Color Me Purple 5K walk, and that is happening on the 23rd at 6:30 a.m. at Public Beach. We also, this is one that I'm particularly in love with because I'm working on this one with Goodness in Cayman, and it is a sip and paint mural. So the participants will come, each will paint their own tile to create a community mural that signifies the theme of accelerating action in Cayman and highlights the strength of Caymanian women. We have lots of activities for young girls. We have Girls Code, which is in partnership with Code Cayman. So young girls that are interested in coding can participate in this activity. There's also the Inspire Her Women Inspiring Girls Conference, and that's on the 22nd. So please have a look. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so many. Please go to our website or call us at 949-0006 to find out more information about our events, or to find out more about how the Family Resource can help you at home as a parent, as a teacher. We can help inside the classroom. There's so many different programs that we offer. Please do not hesitate to call us. We're happy to help. That's why we're here.
Okay, well, again, we want to thank you and your colleagues at the Family Resource Center for the tremendous job that you do for the people of the Cayman Islands as well. Wish you all of the luck for the month of March, celebrating Women Month as well. And maybe I'll have you on For the Record. You never know.
Thank you. I'd love it.
Paul, I'm going to throw it over to you for a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Hey Cayman, be sure to get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day. That's the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Watler Agriculture Pavilion. Tomorrow, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. So be sure to get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. That's the 56th Annual Agricultural Show. Tomorrow, Ash Wednesday.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo Footlong Cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points. Or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo Footlong Cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh. Snack sweet.
Hi, I'm Deputy Governor Franz Manderson, and I'm excited to announce the DG's 5K Challenge is just around the corner. We kick off things in Little Cayman on March 9th, followed by Cayman Brac on March 16th, and the grand finale on Grand Cayman on March 30th. This year, we're supporting the Cayman Islands Girls Brigade, the Cayman Islands Scouts Association, and the 1-to-1 Foundation, each helping to shape our next generation. Join us in making a positive impact. For registration details, find us on Facebook at DG's 5K Challenge.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I have to say that slowly, take my time, otherwise I will end up saying for the record. That was a beautiful interview with Dr. Ashley Welcome and Dr. Tiffany Chisholm as well. And I want to give a plug for my good friend Alan Moore and his daughter Melanie Moore as well. I think Mel may have done some internship, some work at the agriculture department as well. Of course, she is now an accomplished veterinarian over in Canada, basically running her own business now. She has traveled the world. She has been to places like Poland in the early days, or I shouldn't say early days, but the early part of the Russian invasion when you had so many Ukrainians going over to Poland. They were carrying animals and their pets and everything else. She went over there and worked with them. She's been to the Solomon Islands, as well. So I want to give a big, big shout out to Dr. Melanie Moore as well. Of course, one of the questions that I would have had time allowed to ask the two vets was, number one, with more and more emphasis being placed on agriculture in the Cayman Islands, do we expect there to be more of a demand for veterinarians in the Cayman Islands? That would have been one of the questions that I would have asked them. We know in the past that because of the size of the agriculture department, it was a limit in terms of the number of vets that they could actually employ. And when we look in the private sector here in the Cayman Islands, this is my view, I have just my observation, and I could be wrong, but I would say that the field is dominated more by non-Caymanians or non-generational Caymanians than there are Caymanians as well. And whether or not we need to open that up some more, whether or not by encouraging more and more Caymanians to get involved in the field. The other observation that I wanted to make as well was, as far as agriculture is concerned, don't forget now that many of our men went to sea. And whilst those that remained at home before other industries developed in the Cayman Islands, they were all farmers as well. But you probably would have heard me talk about this particular family, before, the Dixons. And right now where Panton Square is located, when you're going through Crew Road before you get to Tropical Gardens, not the ones right by Tropical Garden, but before that, Panton Square, the Dixons used to live there. I think their father, I always remember Minnie and them talking about Baba. I think that would have been their father. It's a pity that we've lost Mr. Bernard Watler, because he lived in that area, and I was on honored to sit down with him and hear him talk about the family as well. But you had Aunt Minnie, you had Aunt Agna, you had Eki, and you had Amy. They were all farmers. They farmed their yard. They had every fruit tree you could think of. They planted their yam, they planted their cassava. When it was time to pull the bush to what we would call these days weeding the garden, they were right out there pulling the bush and everything else. And I'm sure that in other districts the same thing occurred as well, where women were involved in farming, heavily involved in farming, as well. So it is good to know that the focus on that segment of the show this afternoon, was about women in agriculture. Great interview with Dr. Tiffany Chisholm and Dr. Ashley Welcome. We were hoping to hear from the agronomist, Miss Claudette Mackenzie Bowen. Unfortunately, she was unable to join us, but we still had a great conversation with them, and we hope that you enjoyed the interview with them, and we encourage you to go to the agriculture show tomorrow as well. We have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Talk Today. The WhatsApp caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. It went dead for a little moment there.
Oh, sorry about that, Billy. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Well, I see now you are the hardest working man at Radio Cayman.
The hardest working retired man.
With that small qualification, right? I don't know whether in the next election you will step away from Talk Today and also run for office. I don't know that.
Only if there are large seats. Only if we go to a large system, partially at large system.
But I heard you talk quite a bit about that with Dr. Steve. I know that it exists in the British Virgin Islands, and it yields some very interesting results.
Yeah.
People who are like popular island-wide, but maybe might not be able to win in a particular constituency, are able to get in, and then they find that to be quite satisfactory in terms of representative democracy.
Yeah, they have it in BVI, they have it in Turks and Caicos, and they have it in Anguilla as well.
Well, that's great. So that should be very persuasive. Anyway, OC, well, first of all, I regret that I was not able to give Dwayne a little bit of a farewell message, because I called him, and then after that he announced, and then when I tried to call back, I was out of time, and then I thought I would reach him on Friday, but on Friday he wasn't on. So anyway.
Well, you can do it now, and this will end up being a free endorsement for him on air. You can say what you wanted to say to him, and you didn't get an opportunity to say so. You can do so now.
Well, you're so kind, OC, and let me take that opportunity. See, one thing that I always found about Dwayne, he's so soft-spoken, cool, but very coherent and very incisive. And I could tell that he had certain passions about, how the country should run. He had respect for people and all that. And I just believe that he would be a very good addition to either cabinet or to just the Legislative Assembly. But my only regret is that he is running against another person who I about have the same kind of thought, you know what I mean? And then maybe that's another thing why we should have at-large candidates. Maybe instead Andre would have run in that constituency, and then maybe Dwayne ran at large, and then that way they don't have to sacrifice one to the other. But I wish Dwayne great luck. I hope that he makes through. But even if he doesn't make it through, I hope that he can continue to contribute in the community. Now,
I'm gonna hold you there for a while because we may or may not have guests later on. What do you think? So we hope he's successful. If for some reason he is unsuccessful, don't we here in the Cayman Islands have to take a different approach? And I pointed out that there's precedence, for it, that if you leave the civil service and you decide that you're going to run for political office because you want to contribute more to your country and you're unsuccessful, should you really be punished for that you're not able to get a job back within the civil service?
That's a very important question because first of all, as you know, and you are asking the question, of course, because you know that in a lot of other countries, particularly the big countries, it is very difficult once you run for office for you to get a job in the civil service.
And in small islands, it's even worse.
Exactly. And that's the point. A small island is even worse. You have people who, when they don't run for office, and then they can't go back into government. And there's a double loss there. One, in the community, sometimes they are shunned from certain things, so they don't contribute as much as they could. And then in government as well, if they are not re-engaged, then you can't utilize their experience when they were in government. And particularly for a small jurisdiction, I really think that if somebody runs for office, they should be able to go back anywhere in government or elsewhere and be employed. And I think that would have to be adopted as a policy so that we don't rely on particular individuals, maybe a particular chief officer who is brave enough to employ you. If cabinet can just come out and say, well, look, we are a small jurisdiction. We want to maximize our local people, particularly the generational people. We shouldn't punish anybody but for that. But I know from discussions from some people who have run for office, some of whom have even been in office, it has been very difficult for them in the community to be able to resettle. I remember one who said, next time I have to run, somebody has to make available to me $2 million because that's the amount of money I will lose over 4 or 8 years to make. And then on top of that, the opportunities I will not get will also be worth about that amount of money. And I think that's the way it should be. You see, Ossie, I think that just in general, Cayman and other small jurisdictions need to think whether certain principles which they apply in large jurisdictions really should apply to Cayman. Another one in that area is, the thing that they have in the Constitution where they said, well, if you've got allegiance to another country, then you can't run. Now, we know that Chief Justice Smelly said, okay, if you've got a U.S. passport, that's just a travel document. No, okay, the judgment was wrong. But to me, I think the law itself is wrong. Even if you are under some allegiance to some other country, why should that prevent you from running in Cayman? If you are a real Caymanian, particularly somebody who is descended, from Cayman people, why shouldn't you be able to run? You should be able to run. I mean, half the people I know in Cayman have got dual citizenship. And when I say dual citizenship, I don't even count UK citizenship. I count US citizenship. So in a country which is so international, people who went to see, they got other citizenships, intermarried sometimes with people outside. I just think that that law shouldn't apply. You see, people must remember that is something the British used in an exclusionary way in the colonies. If you are under allegiance of some other body other than the crown, you can't run. It was for their time. It is not for this time. Anyway,
before you go,
sure.
Take a look at the Turks and Caicos legislation, because their amendments, they have made it quite clear, because the way that our Constitution is worded in terms of this whole thing about allegiance, they have made it crystal clear so that there is no ifs, ands, or buts in terms of what you do. Take a look at it, and maybe we can discuss it sometime. Go right ahead, Billy. Finish talking, please.
Yes, well, what I was going to say, yes, because, and that's what I think Cayman should have done. Because once the case went there with, I don't want to mention her name, went to court, then the government should have come back and say, okay, what do we want? Yes, we know what the Chief Justice has ruled, but what do we want as a country? Do we want it to be that way or not to be that way? Because you can have in another few years, Chief Justice Melly is not now, no longer in the Grand Court. In 5 or 10 years, somebody else can come in and make a similar challenge, and maybe cite some case elsewhere which is held differently, and ask that to be changed, okay? Because court cases are court cases, they are not legislation, they can be changed. So what government should have done, should have said, what policy do we want to put in the Constitution, and then proceed on those lines. And I think, in my view, they should proceed on a basis that if you've got a real connection to Cayman, but you happen also to have another citizenship, maybe by marriage or by naturalization, that shouldn't prevent you from running, because you are now preventing your own indigenous people from running, and that's not good. Next time I call OC, I wanted to, actually when I called you, I wanted to talk about what you and Mr. Helston were talking about yesterday about the judiciary and the confidence in Tempura, but I'll call you another time for that one.
Okay, well, keep listening. If we don't have any guests at 1:30, the phone lines will be open. So,
okay.
If you're listening, then you'll know whether or not we have guests, and you can call back, because I'll need the company. I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, I will be listening because I just got back. So if I find that there are no guests, I'll call you back.
Okay, great. Paul, I'm going to throw it over to you for a commercial break. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I am your host, Orrett Conner. Our phone lines are open. Our toll-free number, if you're calling from a flow telephone, That number is 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp 925-3261 as well. Anything that you have on your mind that you want to talk about, please feel free to do so. I'm going to continue to talk about Honoring Women Month in the Cayman Islands, and I'm going to take that and link that to yesterday's nomination of candidates for the upcoming general elections in the Cayman Islands on the 30th of April of this year. I did a quick count, and I hope I'm correct, but it would appear as if of the 59 candidates who have been nominated, some 19 of them are women. 19 out of 59 are women. I haven't had the time yet to look and compare that to the 2021 general elections to see what those numbers were like. But if you know them, or if you're quick on the draw, as we would say, and you can research that, please share that information, with us here on Talk Today. 19 women out of 59 candidates who were nominated yesterday. If many of them are successful in getting elected, that would be great. You continue to hear some people say that they believe that women make better legislators because of their insightfulness, because of their caring nature. They bring so many positives to the table, but yet we have not had a parliament yet that has been dominated by women. We see, for instance, in Anguilla, quite recently, first time for Anguilla to have a female premier. Of course, we have a female premier here in the Cayman Islands as well. Bermuda has had quite a few. Can't think of any, don't recall any in Turks and Caicos Islands. Don't really recall any there, as well. But it will be extremely interesting to see what the results are after the April 30th general election as far as the female candidates are concerned. So, and for those of you who have are not familiar with the nomination process and who didn't follow it yesterday, let me see if I can pull up the candidates for, or the list for that purpose. I'm going to ask you to bear with me. Candidates, general election candidate nominations. So let's look at the female candidates. We have Miss Shakina Bush, who is running as an independent candidate in the constituency of West Bay North. We have Julie Joy Theresa Hunter, candidate for the Cayman Islands National Party, who is running in the constituency of West Bay West. We have Catherine Ebanks Wilkes of the Cayman Community Party. She is running in the constituency of West Bay Central. Also, Jewel Hydes running as an independent in West Bay Central as well. We have Miss Romelia Welcome running as an independent in Georgetown North. We have Miss Perlina McGaw-Lumsden, PPM candidate running in the constituency of Georgetown West. We have Miss Carmen Tessa McFeel representing the Cayman Islands National Party, running in the constituency of Georgetown Central. We have Emily Cecilia Ann Decoe, candidate for the Caymanian Community Party, running in the constituency of Georgetown East. We have Dawn Thomas representing the Cayman Islands National Party, running in the constituency of Red Bay. We also have in the Red Bay constituency Miss Melrose Natasha Whitelock representing the Caymanian Community Party. We have Miss Crystal Gomez Wilson representing the PPM in the constituency of Prospect, along with Miss Sabrina Theresa Turner representing the Caymanian Community Party. I'm going to pause there for a second, and just to say to people, I'm just naming out the female candidates, just the female candidates. So the male candidates for each constituency, I am skipping those because we're looking at the number of female candidates in the who have been nominated. For the constituency of Savannah, we have Miss Heather Diane Borden, candidate for the Caymanian Community Party. Same Savannah constituency, we have Miss Donna Bush representing the PPM in that constituency as well. For the District of East End, we have Miss Delmira Borden representing the PPM, and we have Miss Jiva M. Richards representing the Cayman Islands National Party. For Cayman Brac East, we have Independent Ruth Ann Borden. For Cayman Brac East also, we have Juliana Yvonne O'Connor Connolly, representing the PPM, or current premier. Also for Cayman Brac East, we have Maxine Avon McCoy Moore as an independent. So that's the total there. I don't know if anyone was counting with me, but please let me know if that number is correct. When we return, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we want to talk about the official list because I hear people talking about the number of registered voters in particular constituencies. And we want to talk about which voters list will be the official voters list that will be used in the upcoming 30th of April general elections. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drportercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At Valley Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit Valley Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with Valley Med Pharmacy.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. No guests in the studio, so the phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk about, discuss anything that you wish to talk about. I am focusing on the latest things to happen in the Cayman Islands, latest thing to happen in the Cayman Islands, which was yesterday, the exciting nomination event of the nomination of candidates for the upcoming general election. I pointed out before, Paul, it sounds like a caller on the WhatsApp. Let's grab the caller on the WhatsApp. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon. If I'm on the air?
Yes, you are. Good afternoon. You are.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm calling concerning about the dentist on Cayman Brack. I understand now they're saying that they only need a dentist on the Brack 2 days a week or something, and they're trying to get rid of the dentist that is here. But we need a dentist full time on the Brack. I mean, it's there's quite a bit more people here now than what people think. There's a good 4,000 or 5,000 people here all the time. And 2 days a week, then something happens. Some say they just here Monday and Tuesday. Something happens to your teeth on Wednesday. You got to wait till the following Monday to get a dentist, and then turn around. Maybe they'll be booked up. You can't get in there again. So we want a full-time dentist here in Cayman Brack.
And is that the official reason that they have given for pulling the dentist from there? Because I kept getting messages about and asking me to inquire about why the dentist was leaving Cayman Brack. Is that the official version that he's not a dentist is not required to be there all throughout the entire week?
Well, that's what I'm understanding. I don't have it in writing, but I understand that the excuse they're using to get rid of this dentist, and and he don't want to really go to work in Grand Cayman to the traffic and different things. He wants to stay Cayman Brack, and they're using that excuse to get rid of him. That's what I'm hearing, But he's a good dentist and good kind man and a very gentleman and everything else. And we brackets would love to have him to stay here, and we need the dentist full time. I mean, they got like 8 doctors in the hospital full time. Why they can't have one full time dentist? You know, I'm calling on the politician to do something about this thing. You need a full time dentist here.
Well, this is a good time to talk about it, to question them about it, because I am sure that the campaigning, if it hasn't started already, it will start fairly soon. And it sounds to me like you have a legitimate concern and a legitimate questions to ask.
Yeah, that's what I am hearing about it. That's the reason why they're giving it why the dentist is leaving. They're giving him a hard time, and he's all stressed out by it and think that he's leaving. But I mean, I don't see how they can't justify the government spending a lot of money on other things, why they can't justify having a dentist stay on a break full time.
Okay, well,
we need the dentist stay full time.
We just got a little.
When you go there, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
in emergency, you have to wait a while because the room be a lot of people waiting. And I say that every day, but sometimes it happens, and you to make an appointment, you got to make an advance and so forth. So it definitely needs a dentist full time.
Okay, I just got a little sus, and we don't normally share sus because I have no evidence to back it up. But someone has opined that the head doctor's daughter is coming back as a dentist, and that is why the position is being vacated so that that person can be accommodated later on. Like I said, no evidence to support this. Don't know who the head doctor is. Don't even want to know. Don't know who the daughter is. Don't want to know as well. But if that is the case, then that would be concerning.
Yes, sir. Since you brought it up, I never heard about the daughter, but I heard the head doctor had something to do with it. That's what I heard, too. And so that may be a fact too. I don't know, but this, like I said, we need a full-time dentist here, and this man is a good dentist, a good gentleman, and very kind, and everything else. And we got to love him, And to be a sad situation, we get rid of him just to get rid of him and get somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say they need a full-time one. Then, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but, I think politicians should step in, do something, and they're getting paid big money. Do something for the money, not just keep their mouth shut about everything and get paid big money.
Yeah, you're not the first person who has brought this subject up, so it seems, as if there's some veracity, some truth to, what is happening. So has the dentist already left, or these are just plans so far? Has he already relocated?
No, I'm really not sure, but somebody told me today that he put in his resignation because he'd been harassed so much by this head doctor that he's so stressed that he can't take it no more. So I understand. I know God is really, like I said, in black and white, but somebody told me today that he put in resignation to leave, and I don't know when that would be. But to me, this is very concerning,
Yeah.
And then use the excuse that only 2 days a week, and that's no excuse,
Well, if the people of if the people of Cape,
that they bring back a daughter, then they can make her work full time, that really be concerning,
If the people of the Sister Islands are being quote unquote punished in order for someone to satisfy their own personal gain, that is concerning. If that is the case, that would be concerning.
Yes, it would be. I mean, like I didn't know.
And the people of the BRAC, if that is the case, they should not allow it to happen.
I agree with you 100%. We should not allow it to happen. I agree with 100%. But it seems like most people are afraid to say anything, I don't know. I come off the talk show now. When I hang up, probably nobody would call in. They only get on a tree and talk among themselves. But they're afraid to come on the open. afraid of something getting back at them or something, you know.
They shouldn't be fearful. They need to. We have to continue to speak up for our rights as citizens in the Cayman Islands, and don't allow people to take us for granted.
I agree with 100%. I agree with you, sir. And I wish something could do better about it, because, like I said, there's no fault of this man. He treats you good. He's very kind, and he's a good dentist, and everything about him, the gentleman, everything you can say about this man, that I find him, and other people find him, that he's excellent, and no reason on his part why you need to get rid of him.
Yep. Thank you very much for that caller. We're going to try to grab one more caller, but keep us up to speed in terms of what's happening there. We have 2 callers on hold. We're going to grab one more caller before we go to the break. When we return from the break, we take the other caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hello, Mr. Conner.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. I wish you had taken me after the break and take the other caller.
You got 5 minutes.
Yes. I generally call for other reasons and, about other persons. I thought, what the heck, let me call in about myself today.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, because I shared it with news sources, you've seen that I did not go out for nomination yesterday and for elections. And I intentionally and deliberately wrote my statement for release as I did. For clarity, I saw that there was a smear campaign against me yesterday. I know me out of probably just about every other new candidate that was coming on board was under the microscope because of certain connections and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And my decision wasn't just made yesterday because of whatever reason, people in the public would like to think it was made. My decision was actually concluded late Saturday night. My statement was actually drafted, and I was just going through some prayerful final conclusions with myself and speaking to my kids. And I just want to say, if anybody doubts where my heart was when I decided to make the decision that I made, they can look for my statement online. They can send to request it from me.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, it wasn't about financing or anything. I think I know I was not prepared, and by that I say, like my statement said, I was canvassing since January 16th, and the people that I met, the circumstances and situations that I've seen here in Cayman, Mr. Conner, it enlightened me and uplifted me and pushed me to want to continue to press on, even when the doubts were starting to creep in. But then the more I went through it, the more I realized, okay, this may not be the time, because you're certainly not equipped. And I feel at this point in time, I would best serve to continue as I've done in some capacity or another, whether silently or publicly, advocating, lobbying, whatever anyone wants to call it, because I can tell you, someone like me is definitely needed in the community to help our legislatures, if any of them want to get help, to try to meet the needs of our people. Mr. Conner, it's a destitute situation out there amongst our people, especially overall in Georgetown. Sir, you would not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Our senior citizens, single parent families, especially single mothers and their children, rent is the rental situation, housing situation. I do not understand how our country is in such a position, Mr. Conner, with the wealth that we have here. And for this reason, I want the public to know it was not an easy decision for me to make. It has nothing to do with, like I said, about financing or whether I was organized. Yes, there were little hitch-ups along the way with the person that was helping me with my marketing material. But, when I present myself to the people, I could have overcome all of that when I started to have my meetings and so forth. I'm not saying I would have won. I don't know. But I certainly would have presented myself to where people would have gotten to know a different side of me.
Yeah. Caller, here's what I'm going to do for you, right? We're going to go to the headline news, take the other caller. what you do is, if you can hang up and then call back while we're on the call with the other person, so that you're right in the queue again, and so that we can continue this conversation with you, because I want you to be able to fully express yourself and, explain yourself as well. How about that?
Right, that sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, folks, top of the hour. When we return, the other caller who's on hold, we'll take that caller, and then we're going to return to this caller that just left us as well. Please stay tuned.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
always love Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With a look at your latest headlines, I'm Jevi Ebanks. Cayman Airways Limited has launched its new mobile app, designed to enhance the travel experience for its customers. To celebrate, customers who purchase a flight through the app in March 2025 will enter a contest to win 2 tickets to any Cayman Airways destination. Second and third prizes include bonus Sir Turtle reward miles. Paul Tibbetts, Executive Vice President of Commercial Affairs and Chief Financial Officer, highlighted the app's features, including easy booking for searching for flights, checking availability, and booking quickly, as well as managing your trips, accessing itineraries, and making changes, as well as check-ins. The app is available in major app stores, including the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and you can visit Cayman Airways' website for more information. In regional news, UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy has reaffirmed Britain's support for Guyana's territorial integrity after a Venezuelan patrol vessel violated Guyana's maritime space on Saturday. Lammy condemned the proactive act and emphasized the UK's commitment to Guyana's internationally recognized borders, urging Venezuela to refrain from further actions that undermine Guyana's sovereignty. The violation has heightened tensions between the two countries. The UK has long supported Guyana's territorial rights and stands in solidarity with the nation as it seeks to protect its sovereign rights against external challenges. In Haiti, G9 gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, known as Barbecue, denied being injured in a recent large-scale operation by specialized security forces and drones. Prime Minister Alex Filzami confirmed the operation targeted gangs in the area, with several members neutralized. Barbecue claimed explosive drones were used against him and warned of proportional response. The Haitian National Police used drones capable of dropping explosives for the first time. The operation is part of ongoing efforts to combat gang violence, which escalated since the 2021 assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. The UN Secretary Council's Kenya-led multinational security support mission faces funding issues, hampering its efforts to restore stability. That is your latest headlines. I'm Jevi Ebanks.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. We have a caller on hold. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, OC. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you? And congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Just want to let you know I had a good turnout on my first meeting Saturday night gone. That gentleman that was speaking regarding the dentist, I made sure that I hit that on the nail head Saturday night. I wish he was there, but I'm quite sure that being a member from West, he was probably to the meeting West.
Mhm.
So I guess that's why he didn't hear me speak on it. But yeah, those type of things have to be addressed and have to put the people in the BRAC in a more comfortable position. We have quite a few issues that have to be addressed, and they have to be addressed as soon as possible, because we have to consider that our seniors are the ones that's suffering from all of this. And our problem is, OC, our people don't want to stand up and voice their opinion. If there be a voice for the island, it would be a challenge for anyone to even attempt these kind of ludicrous ideas that they comes up with, of such as what's happening with the hospital right now.
How long can I ask you? How long have you had a full-time dentist over in the Sister Islands? For how long now?
This one has been the second longest. We had some other ones, but we had like two.
No, when I say not the length of time that this person served, I'm talking about since when have you had a full-time dentist in the BRAC?
Never.
You never had a full-time dentist there?
No. We had one time, and he was here for numerous amount of years, but he was over his time, and he left as well. We never did have a full-time. We have a full-time lady that's there, but she's not fully qualified.
Okay, got you.
A BRACer. She's a BRACer, and she is fully on, but she can't do what the dentist.
Mm-hmm, got you. Mm-hmm.
Because of her qualifications, and that's the problem. But this gentleman that he's speaking regarding of, he is a treasure to the island, and it's sad to know that, like what a man said, and it should be someone that had spoke up long time regarding this, not now. Not now. It should have been addressed before now.
Mm-hmm.
When Parliament was in session and everything else, that they could have something. I hear in the same conversation as what you brought up to him about the daughter and thing. I hear that same conversation. So it's all about the coverage of helping one another. That is what is drowning our little island here in Cayman Brac, OC. That is what is drowning us, because we find it from the schools to the hospitals to the district admin buildings to the every government department. You find that they want to get their families into these systems, and that has to stop. We cannot allow that to continue happening.
Okay. Thank you.
So the gentleman that was speaking, he's feeling the hurt,
Mm-hmm,
and a lot of people are feeling it, and he's right.
Well, they have to make sure that they express themselves and let people know how they feel about it.
That's right. That's right. Thanks again, OC.
All the best to you, in your campaigning and on election day as well.
Thank you very much, and I'll be out in the next couple of days on the my second round. So
okay.
I'll be. I think if you go east end and listen, you should go up.
Depending on which direction, the wind is coming from the east or southeast. We'll hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me from up here. So
You take care. You take care, my friend. Okay. I think a caller has rejoined us. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome back.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Conner, I'm here again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go right ahead.
Yes, sir. As I was saying, giving my reasonings behind deciding to make the decision to not pursue a seat for the elections, and I was, explaining that based on my experiences in canvassing and campaigning, I felt it would be best suited for me to step back at this time.
Okay.
And try to continue trying to support the Cayman Islands people on the ground, whatever capacity that may be, because I realize, when we think, for instance, of Georgetown, Georgetown has 7 districts and we're the district that got the most neglected in the last few years, and I heard so many stories from voters while going around, and it broke my heart, Mr. Conner, to be honest with you. It really did, of how much our people are struggling. They can't qualify for certain benefits. They don't, the whole. I felt that it was better off for me to just try to remain where I have been doing what I have been doing, and trying to advocate and pushing behind certain circumstances and situations, and trying to encourage legislators to try to make changes. Some people would say, well, it was best for you to try to continue. I mean, you wouldn't believe the number of calls and messages that I've gotten since I released that statement of voters that I don't think it would have been enough to get me in office, but I don't know who thought what of me, and it still would have been basically 2 months to continue campaigning.
And you would have run as an independent candidate and with no affiliation or no promises that if you got elected, you would join any particular group?
Right. And a lot of voters, many voters warmed up to that idea because it's independents right now independents are seen as the enemy, right? But independents are also have that flexibility where we serve a purpose. I think we serve a purpose because whoever decides to form a government, they would first come to the independents to try to form a government rather than going to another party member. That was my way of thinking. But like I said, the smear campaign has went on really nasty yesterday, trying to discredit me and discredit my efforts and why I may have decided not to run and based on things that were said against me. Those sort of things. I'm a very principled person. Those sort of things run off my back like water because all that does is give me exposure, give me exposure, and people started to flood to my social media wanting to find out who I was that didn't know who I was. I mean, and it elevated me and made people see that I'm not just a person that's being ridiculed and talked about on other media sources just because my campaign may not have looked like traditional campaigning. When an MP, a good friend of mine, said to me, he said, Pat, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to do it grassroots, and grassroots is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the money and the big billboards, but I can tell you, Mr. Conner, this country, these islands need help. We need representation that are really going to get down to the nitty-gritty of looking out for Caymanians, not about what the rest of the world can bring here for Caymanians per se, but what we can do for Caymanians in this island. Because with President Trump, I'll just say this quickly. One thing I applaud him with, he said, we don't mind people coming to our country, but we need to take care of our people at home first. And we can't have people coming in and pulling on our natural resources or on our resources when our people are suffering. And this is what needs to take place with Cayman. Now, admittedly, I am not good with the videos that are so popular these days. I get nervous in front of when I'm videoing myself, and primarily most of my videos were done by myself. I feel like I'm talking to myself when I try to do those videos. But when it comes to me one-on-one with a person or engaging with people face-to-face, I am very good at that. And I realize I may have projected myself a certain way, but I can tell you, I care about Cayman. I care about Caymanian people. I am so sorry that our people are going through this, not just generational, traditional Caymanians, but even Caymanians who have acquired Caymanian status here in the islands are suffering too. And these MPs, they need to stop talking about bickering against one another and being combative, and think about really and truly working for the betterment of Cayman, not about spending millions of dollars on across the islands collectively. When we have no housing for people, we have no rent control. George,
Carl, I'm going to ask you to wrap it up for me now.
Yes,
we have to.
Georgetown has no facilities to accommodate people. All of our senior citizens having to move out of the islands because of lack of housing in our islands. And let me tell you one thing before I go. When I heard someone say, if you're going to tell me an issue, tell me the issue, but be very brief with the issue. Let's go to the solution. That's not what someone should be telling constituents, because you don't want to tell your constituents, be brief with what your problem is, what you're going to come to me with. Yeah, we're going to find a solution, but you can't tell constituents to be brief when they're going through so much things, because you don't know, you're not paying attention to what people are going through. When you tell constituents, I myself don't even deal with traffic from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I choose to go to work at 9 because I know the burden and the stress that it takes. You can't tell your constituents that. Now, in all fairness, it could have been spoken out of context or words spoken, not necessarily meant as they were spoken, because I've done that myself. But we can't tell our people those kind of things, because traffic is terrible. And if you can publicly say you choose to go to work at 9, you're telling your people, I don't want to sit in traffic and experience what you're experiencing.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. We have to go to a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. Talk Today will be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wattler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. Paul, I do have that message, and we will share that about before we go off air about the east-west bypass opening tomorrow as an alternative to Shamrock Road during the staging of the 2025 Cayman Islands Agriculture Show. Also, before we grab the caller, one of our listeners has said the dentist that is here in the Brac now has been here for 8 years. They go on to point out that this is something that the governor needs to step in to fix. This is the best one that has come here to be in a part of the community, and now to see this happen. Let's grab the caller. Callers on WhatsApp, Paul. What's up, caller? Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. Okay, they hung up. Okay, a few things. I checked the 2021 general election, speaking about women who were nominated on nomination day for the general election. So in the 2021 general election, we had 10 women nominated as opposed to 19 women out of 59. And this, yesterday, for the 2025 general election. And I think I did some math on it. I think it's something like about 32.2%. 19 out of 59, that is the percentage. Not high enough, but it is getting there as well. So, folks, let's share this press release for you. This is extremely, extremely important because we know tomorrow that there's going to be a lot of traffic heading to the agriculture ground, and we know in the past what has happened in that area. So they pointed out that they have some good news to share on our plans to ease traffic tomorrow at the 56th staging of the Cayman Islands Agriculture Show. Countdown to Convenience, new east-west bypass opens tomorrow as an alternative to Shamrock Road during the staging of the 2025 Cayman Islands Agriculture Show. The Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transport and Development is excited to announce that the highly anticipated east-west bypass from Hurst Road to Agricola Drive will officially open tomorrow, Wednesday, the 5th of March, 2025, coinciding with this year's staging of the Cayman Islands Agriculture Show. This new bypass will provide an alternative route to Shamrock Road during this event. And they have then provided some graphics, which I am unable to share with you. But here's some reminders. It says, the public is reminded that while the bypass is designed to expedite traffic flow as an alternative to Shamrock Road on the day of the Cayman Islands Agriculture Show, it remains an active construction zone with temporary road surfaces. So they're asking you to please drive with caution and remain aware of your surroundings. They want to thank you for your cooperation as they work to enhance the transport network of the Cayman Islands. And they're encouraging everyone to spread the word about the opening and plan accordingly to ensure a safe and enjoyable journey as well. So it will be open temporarily for the staging of the agriculture show. It's still a construction zone. You want to drive carefully. You want to be aware of your surroundings as well. And of course, there will be traffic wardens or Royal Cayman Islands Police Service officers out there. Ensure that you follow their instructions, because we know some of you out there hard-headed and you don't want to do what people tell you, especially those in uniform. Follow their instructions. Let's grab the caller. Paul, is that on WhatsApp or the regular line? On a regular line, caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hi. Good day.
Good day. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Just calling to say I had a lot of admiration yesterday for Andre Ebanks. He has taken to nominate with him a Caymanian seaman and a former fireman chief. And the Caymanian seaman had on his seaman shirt, his seaman hat, and it gave a jolt back to where we were all coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre Ebanks did that. He was right there in the tradition. He brought a national bird carrier man with him. And a lot of people were saying that was a very standing something he done. To see a Caymanian seaman there. Okay?
Okay, that's it.
who nominate another 2 generations later. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. I'm going to read this one because I think it needs explanation. Person says, good afternoon. Well, I must say, since last Friday, the Cayman Islands government cabinet has become a very interesting and delicate arena. The current UPM government, which has 5 ministers, now has 3 PPM ministers / candidates and 2 independent ministers / candidates. Wow, they say. It will take the grace of God and a heavy dose of Caymankind for this interesting situation to survive until 1 week after the 30th of April 2025. Let us all be in prayer about that. Then they go on to say, to add to the complex combination of 2 constituencies, the PPM has a candidate running against each of those same 2 independent ministers on that cabinet, a very dynamic environment. I would remind the writer that while the cabinet is still in place, the cabinet is limited in terms of what they are allowed to do. For instance, they can't do more, can't introduce new policies. They can't introduce new spending and things of that nature. They're just a caretaker government or caretaker cabinet. They're there in the event of any emergencies, anything that would happen. They still have oversight over their ministries and everything, but they cannot make any serious decisions that would have, an impact, a profound impact on the people of the Cayman Islands or any future government as well. In the UK, they refer to it as PURDAH, P-U-R-D-A-H, I believe it is spelled, where they are limited in terms of what they can do. Paul, how many callers do we have? 2 callers. The last 2 callers, we're at 3:27. If Paul allows us to go over a little bit more, we can do that. But I'm going to ask each caller to please be as brief as possible. First caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, O.C. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. Nice to hear your voice, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not long. Just a clarification. I was into the election office in West Bay yesterday as a merchant mariner known as seaman, and I was one of the gentlemen that endorsed Mr. Ralston Anglin.
Okay.
And
caller, are you there? Lost the caller, Paul. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
O.C.?
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Yeah, good afternoon, O.C.
Go right ahead.
O.C., I'm a little not confused, but I don't know, might have to explain it to me.
Perturbed? You want to use that word, perturbed?
Yeah. You sound like Roy. Roy now. It is flower of words. Yeah. Let's see. Who's the opposition in the House as we speak? It would be the PPM, right?
Yeah, they're the party, with
in waiting.
the most members, and most members, yeah.
So now, and we're running the government of a minority government. But now that minority government, some of them leave and gone with the opposition. So I don't understand that. How can the government be the government and also be the opposition too? I'm not sure how that is. Can I explain that?
I said earlier that they're more a caretaker government than anything else. They can't make any serious, I shouldn't say serious, any profound decisions at this point in time. They're basically just there because, you need to have a cabinet in place, just like you have the members of parliament who are in place in the event that they're needed. But they can't introduce any new policy or anything like that. Let's say, for instance, the minister who is responsible for infrastructure and transport and planning and doing the roads and stuff like that, he will continue his projects, with the roads, because those decisions have already been made. They can't make new decisions at this point in time. To simplify it, yeah.
Because it looked like to me that the opposition is now the majority in the government. Yeah, I was just curious about that.
Okay, and before you go, when you hear people talking about the register of electors and counting how many people are registered in each constituency, that list that people are looking at now, that is not the official list that will be used during the elections. That list will come out on the 1st of April. That will take place because there is still the hearings that have to take place in terms of the claims and objections. If it hasn't already taken place, they will take place as well. But the official list that will be used, and those numbers may change slightly in terms of what's there now, simply because of new registrants or some people taken off and stuff like that. Those numbers have been changed. So when you hear people talking about the official list is coming out on the 1st of April.
And also, I noticed where I think it's about 24 independent candidates, right?
I didn't get a chance to count the.
I think it's 24.
Yeah, I was more interested in the female candidates, and we got 19 of them out of 59.
24, I think 24 independents. Suppose half of the independents win, the other two of the parties be left.
Okay, so 19 and 24, that's 43. And 10. No, it's got to be more than that. No, it can't be.
Yeah, I think it's 24 independents.
You think so?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Because the parties themselves, right? The Cayman Community Party has 10 candidates, right? The Cayman Islands National Party has 12 candidates. That's 22. And the PPM has 13 candidates.
That's 35?
Yeah, that's 35. So, and we have a total of 59 persons nominated. So it can't be. Not if my math is correct. We'll do the math, and we can talk about it tomorrow morning. If you...
Oh, see?
Huh?
Oh, see, that's correct?
That's correct? Okay, let me see.
5 and 24? Huh? 35 and 24, not 59?
35. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 24 independent.
It goes to show you that on Fridays I only went to school half a day, and the other, I missed the half where they were doing math.
Yeah, but you had to go home to your mother and also study your book because you was a school teacher.
You know what I was doing? I was counting the 19 women in it as part of that. But 19 out of 59, 32% women. You know.
Yeah. Whatever. 24. If half of the independents win, I will see that's 12. They got a government, and the parties will be left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll see. Check you later.
All right.
You're on tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am. I'm on tomorrow morning, and I'm on tomorrow afternoon as well, doing double duty.
Okay.
For a while. You know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Thank you very much, Lord Graham. Did that caller rejoin us? Paul didn't try to rejoin us. Folks, we've reached that time. It's been a pleasure. Oh, shucks, yeah. Lord Graham, I'm thinking tomorrow's Friday. Old age is catching up now. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday, so there will be no for the record tomorrow. There will be no talk today in the afternoon. You get to take a break, but I believe that there will be live coverage by Radio Cayman at our agriculture show, though. So don't change the dial. Stay tuned tomorrow for your favorite radio station, Radio Cayman, at the agriculture show, the 56th agriculture show, I think it is. Meanwhile, please stay safe and may God bless.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens.